Playing games with friends is one of the most fun aspects in gaming, and co-op games let you team up with your friends to battle zombies, race, compete, and fight against the environment and AI-controlled characters. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It is Gromo, and today we have a list of the best co-op PS4 games of 2021, including some free-to-play games. And before we get into it, make sure to join the channel and subscribe. Leave a like and a nice comment down below, and I might feature your comment in a future video. Anyways, without further ado, number 10 is World War Z Aftermath. Aftermath is a co-op third-person shooter game in which 4 players have to team up with each other to combat huge hordes of zombies in 5 different locations, each place with its own unique plot and story. Players can select from 7 different character classes: the Gunslinger, the Hellraiser, the Fixer, the Medic, the Slasher, the Exterminator, and the Drone Master, each class with its own unique function and perks that can be unlocked for each class as players continue progressing in the game's story. The game can handle up to 1,000 zombie enemies appearing on screen at the same time, and they may climb on each other to reach high ground players. In addition to fighting zombies, players must fulfill other goals in each area, such as saving and escorting survivors. The game will be released this year for PlayStation 4, 5, Xboxes, and PC. Next game, number 9, is Rocket League. Rocket League is a free-to-play car football game that features co-op gameplay, where players can compete in teams of 2, 3, and up to 4 players, split screen or online, against each other or team up against AI-controlled teams. Players control a rocket-powered car and use it to hit the ball that is much larger than the cars towards the other team's goal area to score goals, and the team with the most points will win the match. Rocket League became free-to-play last September, and it's one of the best fun free games to play with friends on PlayStation 4 and 5. Next, coming to number 8, is Rainbow Six Extraction. Extraction is an FPS tactical co-op game developed by Ubisoft in which teams of 3 must work together to combat and defeat a type of parasite-like aliens called the Archeans. In Extraction, the operators must infiltrate an alien-infested location and complete objectives, such as collecting samples, extracting materials from computers, and gathering intel. Each play session is made up of 3 interconnected submaps, and players will be assigned with random objectives in each map. If a player is taken down by an enemy, they will become missing in action, and other team members have to rescue them in an extraction mission. The game will be released by the end of the year for PlayStation 4, 5, PC, and other gaming platforms, and hopefully it's a good sequel for the Rainbow Six franchise. Next, number 7, we have 2 football co-op games. The first one is eFootball. eFootball is a multiplayer football simulation game developed by PES Productions and will be free to play after being completely rebranded from the original Pro Evolution Soccer series to the eFootball series, and will feature local and online co-op matches where you can play with your friends against real-life or AI opponents. A similar game that pops up from nowhere is UFL. This game just got announced, and it will be a free-to-play football simulation game that features co-op gameplay similar to PES and FIFA games. Not sure exactly when the game will be released, but looks like it will be out by the end of this year or maybe early next year for PlayStation 4 and 5. Next on the list, number 6, is House of Ashes. House of Ashes is a survival horror interactive drama co-op game developed by Supermassive Games, and it's the 3rd game in the Dark Picture anthology series, following Man of Medan and Little Hope. The game features 2-player online co-op mode or 5-player local co-op, where each person takes on the role of a game character who is trapped under an underground temple during a war, and they are hunted by monsters and they have to work with each other in order to survive. Throughout the game, players need to make different decisions which can have long-term consequences as they influence how characters perceive each other and the course of the narrative. All 5 characters can survive or die depending on the player's decision, and as a result, the game has multiple endings. The game will be released on October 2021 for PlayStations, Xboxes, and PC. Next game, number 5, is Evil Dead the Game. Evil Dead is a survival horror co-op video game developed by Saber Interactive, and it's based on the Evil Dead franchise. It will feature cooperative gameplay and player versus player combat. In this game, players will be able to step into the shoes of Ash Williams or his friends from the iconic Evil Dead franchise and work together in a game loaded with co-op and PvP multiplayer action. Players can play as a team of 4 survivors in which they have to explore, loot, manage their fear, and find the key items to survive and eliminate monsters. Evil Dead will feature different weapons to use in battle like battle shotguns, chainsaws, cleavers, and more. Evil Dead the game will release for every gaming platform including PlayStation 4. Next, number 4, is Dying Light 2. Dying Light 2 is an open-world first-person zombie action game set 20 years after the previous Dying Light, and similar to the first game, players can play in a team of 4 players who are gifted with different parkour capabilities and can quickly navigate the city by climbing, sliding, leaping, and wall running. In the co-op mode, players have to help each other in order to progress in the game's story. In the game, players encounter several factions and must make decisions that change the nature of the game's world, with various endings to the story and different consequences to the player's action. The game was in development for a long time and is coming December of this year on PlayStation 5, 4, Xboxes and PC. Now before we get to the top 3 games, let me mention some bonus games. The first one is It Takes Two. This game is an action co-op game with elements from platform games. It is specifically designed for split-screen cooperative multiplayer, which means that it must be played with another player through either local or online play. The second bonus game is Alien Firestorm Elite. Alien Firestorm Elite is a cooperative third-person survival shooter that drops players against aliens and they must work together to eliminate the dangers. And the third and final bonus game is A Way Out. Actually, this game inspired me to make this entire video. The game follows the story of 2 characters and their adventure to escape prison. I don't want to spoil much, but the game was released in 2018 and I feel that it's so underrated. Anyways, back to the main list. Number 3 we have Back 4 Blood. Back 4 Blood is a multiplayer co-op first-person shooter game published by Warner Bros. The game has been considered to be a sequel of Left 4 Dead, as it's being developed by the same creators, and features identical gameplay as well. The game takes place after a global outbreak triggered by a newly discovered parasite from space, and because of it, the majority of mankind has been infected and transformed into monsters, zombies, and weird type creatures, leaving players in a post-apocalyptic world full of dangers. In the universe, a group of veterans known as the Cleaners get together to battle zombies, with a focus on multiplayer and replayability. Next, number 2, we have Sons of the Forest. Sons of the Forest is a sequel to the first game, The Forest. It's a first-person open-world survival co-op game where 4 players can team up together to scavenge resources, build bases, and survive in a strange island after they crash on it and discover that it's full of cannibals and monsters that try to kill them. And to defend themselves, players have to find weapons and set traps and hide in the forest while searching for clues to survive and leave the island. Developers promise improved AI, better graphics, and a better story, and I'm personally so excited for this game. Sons of the Forest will be released later this year for PlayStation 4, 5 and PC. And finally, number 1 on the list is Far Cry 6. Far Cry 6 is an open-world first-person shooter game that takes place in a fictional Caribbean island in the middle of a revolution, where players can play with each other to regain control of the island and fight for people's freedom after it was taken by a dictator leader with full control over the whole island. As other Far Cry games, the player choices can affect the story with multiple endings and outcomes to the plot. And that's it for today. If you want to support our work, subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. And as always, stay home, stay safe, play games, and peace out.